organMike and IllegallySam. How are you both today?
I'm doing all right, thank you.
Good. Good. I've never seen this game. I don't think, anyways, not off the top of my head. But I'm excited to, because I've heard good things about it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, 3 months ago, neither had I, so...
Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough.
It is.
I believe the two of you are doing a race.
It's a fun one.
Yeah.
Beautiful. I'll count you in once you're ready. You both let me know when you're ready. And if you'd like to introduce yourselves, you're more than welcome.
Sure. I'm organMike. That's the organ. I'm Mike. So I also like to warn people that the echo you're hearing is not an audio problem. I'm in a church sanctuary. The space booms. And I'm here running Evoland, a game I only started to learn, only started to play 3 months ago. So. And Sam?
Hello, I'm IllegallySam. I am neither in a church nor play the organ, but I am here in my basement doing this run for you today as well. And, you know, I had actually heard of this game from a previous speedrun marathon before learning it 3 months ago, but I had never played it. So, you know, my first experience was playing it and then learning the speedrun. So hopefully you enjoy what we got you for
the
here
atmosphere
today.
of doing a speedrun in a church. That's amazing. That's incredible.
I hope it'll catch on, you know.
It's a fad. It's just starting here.
Yeah, trendsetter right here.
Exactly. All right, both of you, let me know when you're ready, and I'll count you in.
I'm good to go.
Alrighty. 5, 4,
Good to go.
3, 2, 1. Begin.
Okay. So we start by going right and then going left. Yep.
Right.
And these treasure boxes
Like
we're
any good
picking up
speedrun.
actually add things to the game. Like, I just got sound effects and smooth scrolling and fun stuff like that. Yeah.
So, the name Evoland, as it implies, is the world is evolving with us as we go through the game, and so you're going to be seeing us go from basically like a...
Did you get an
All right,
after
that's par for the course of this game.
I didn't
got a little,
yet.
I'm
a colorist.
I got octorocked. Yes. So the beginning of this game, as you can tell, is very bare bones, and it includes your health bar, where you don't have one yet. So if you get a little careless, one hit and you will die until
and of course, careless
you get out of this area and out through the next part of the game. But
so I just got
yes. But I will be getting the save points so that that doesn't happen again. I don't have to start another save file.
I'm at the nights.
Yes. If you're ever wanting to watch somebody doing PB attempts of this game, you will be seeing them reset this first area
so we switched
basically
over. The
all
world
the
is
time.
evolving, and I got turn-based battles.
Okay. And I'm playing it very safe.
Here's one of the
These
natural
bats can
RNG points.
very quickly get
kill
killed.
monster at level 1, and it was an emuck. There's slimes as well. They're easier to kill. I would like to see 3 slimes right now. It's not.
Yeah, so basically optimal RNG is you get done in 2 fights, all of them are slimes, and there's a very, very small chance that you get a max damage
So
roll, and a max damage roll does
2
one-shot a
emucks.
slime.
I'm 3 for 3.
I'm at 1 fight and 1 emuck, so I'm not faring much better yet. Yeah, because slimes take 1 or 2 hits to kill, emucks take 3 hits, so by default they are slower.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 3 slimes now, watch.
Alright, got a single slime for my second fight. It is
Okay,
not ideal when you end up having to fight
Me
with
12?
four
Nope,
enemies,
okay,
but
alright.
not the end of the world.
Fine, we'll do it your way, game. Oh, there's my 12, thank you. Now it's just taunting me.
Alright, got 2 slimes. Oh, hey, and I got a 12, so that slime went down 1 hit.
I'm
Second
good,
slime
I'm good.
didn't get 1 shot, though. Alright, 3 fights, 1 emuck, and one hit KO is not
One of
bad.
my knights has drifted
It's
off
not great,
north.
but it's not bad.
I have to go chase him down. Okay.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, there's...
Hey, I'm in the secret place here. Found a strange seed. No one likes kids.
now-
I say this as a parent of a 5-year-old. No, I love my daughter. She's wonderful. But yeah, in the RPG world, no one likes kids. So you have to grow up to be an adult, and that's what that seed does. But if we want to actually go and talk to anyone, we have to open this box where we can enter houses, freely invading people's privacy.
Yes. And now that we can go in houses, we go to the shop, which is why we needed that money from those 4 kills earlier. Because we need 250 gold to buy 2 pieces of equipment. And yes, if you don't have the NPCs, there's just a barrel in the way, and if you do open the chest that gives you NPCs, there's just a guy there that stops you.
Yeah.
But since we have the equipment, we're able to just keep moving.
A potion, so we're all good.
Yes, I think we've all been there. Buying
3 scavens and someone on the ground.
Yes. Yes. And like the RPG hero we are, we see somebody in danger.
You're
we
wondering
gotta
what I'm
help
doing
out.
with... I don't know if you can see my hands actually, but I roll on the spacebar and the control. Both of them are... I play on my keyboard. So both of them are confirm buttons.
Yeah, blink and you miss it, but we did see the mysterious woman's name. This is Karis.
And we're going to name...
And we're introducing ourselves to her as Clink.
These names are not significant in any way. They don't reference anything else.
Yeah, these are all very legally distinct names.
I don't know why I'm fighting this. Oh, wow. Karis got an 11 roll on a scaven, so killed it 1 shot.
Oh, nice.
I shouldn't have fought it, but hey, turned out faster than running.
I mean, yeah, that I do actually fight scavens if there's 2 of them, because if you get a good damage roll, it's faster than running. It's just if you don't get a good damage roll, it's slower.
You get a little well, I had to open the chest to get experience, but now I can get experience when I fight things.
Yes, and we actually do want to try and get experience to level up 1 time before the end of this area. But now that, you know, I hit that switch, and you'll notice I've got a bit of a pause menu up. Don't worry, I didn't hit the start button by accident. You're going to be seeing pause menus a lot in this game.
It's the primary glitch.
Because, yes, we are going to be storing that pause menu a whole lot throughout the game.
Okay.
Because we can do a lot of shenanigans using it. Since you can overlap cutscenes in the pause menu, basically anytime you have the pause menu open and a cutscene starts, you can just close the pause menu, and all of a sudden you can move again while the cutscene goes. But here we have the boss, Kefka's Ghost, and I was mentioning trying to level up earlier, and the reason for leveling up is so that we can get better damage rolls on this guy.
Yeah, I didn't level up, so...
Because... Okay. I did manage to get a level, but I took a slow fight, kind of, to guarantee it. But the way this fight works is you saw he turned blue for a little while there.
I think Mist Dragon
and the way
Final Fantasy IV.
Yes, but when he turns blue, you can't attack him, and if you try to attack him, he will counter every hit, which is slow. And so the goal is to... Oh, hey, I actually got the 1 cycle.
I tried to sneak a little cheeky hit in there, but didn't quite get it.
Yeah.
I count how many times he does his animation cycle, and if you time it right, you can attack when he stops being blue. It takes real precise timing though, and I didn't get it. Okay.
Yeah, I don't bother doing that.
I try it.
But based on RNG, that fight can either be a 1 cycle or a 2 cycle, which is you either defeat him before he turns blue a second time, or you have to wait out that second blue animation.
So,
but
I'm assuming you got your life hearts.
Yes, now that we are in 3D, you noticed I used that pause menu to skip a chest animation, and now we have health. In classic Zelda fashion, we got our 3 hearts. I don't have to worry about getting hit and instantly dying anymore.
Yeah.
And, you know,
we went into that
now that we're in 3D,
specifically to get the crystal to turn the world 3D.
Yes, and now that we're 3D, we can backtrack through the starting area and move on to the next area of the game.
Stones that we're walking over, they used to be standing upright, but they're, you know, in 2D, anything that's not flat, you can't cross. right? Because it's not flat. So
Exactly.
now that it's in 3D, it's just a little step up.
But now we move on to the Noria Mines. It's going to be a nice little Zelda dungeon that we do 100% as intended. Definitely not going to be any shenanigans.
For sure.
Absolutely not.
The world is no longer flat. Here we go.
But, you know, we're going to be getting some chests to flesh out the dungeon as we move along. And we're going to be pausing a little bit along the way.
Mm-hmm. Bats.
So this, oh yeah, bats never stop being annoying even once you get to 3D. But here you'll notice I'm gonna unpause to move during this chest animation and move to the exit, and that causes this trap room to activate twice. So now there's 6 bats instead of 3, and as we defeat them, we're going to get the chest for 2 keys instead of just 1. And so basically, we are duplicating the key that this room gives you, so we get 2 of them instead of just the 1, which means we can skip a key later in the dungeon.
Ah, there's that exception again. Ah! Hit the wrong button. Alright.
But yeah, basically every time you hit a switch in this dungeon, you have the opportunity to pause. And as long as you don't, you know, mess it up and hit pause too late like I just did, you'll be able to open it, and then you'll be able to skip a cutscene later on to save a few seconds.
So it threw an exception at me when I got this. That is something that it hasn't done to me until this morning when I was practicing.
Well, hey, as long as it doesn't crash your game.
It So I'm back at the start of the mines.
Oh,
that's all right. No worries.
That's not great. Yeah, this game, as a result of us absolutely breaking it apart using our shenanigans, the risks of soft locks and crashes are non-zero. Most crashes, as long as you're careful, aren't going to happen, because most of the time it's like a consequence of like doing stuff too fast or like skipping a chest you shouldn't have or something like that. So as long as you know, are deliberate in your movements, that's not a problem. Soft locks, sometimes you can just get unlucky and a soft lock happens.
You know what's really fun? I don't know if you've ever tried this. Skip smooth scrolling sometime.
No thanks. That does not sound fun.
Oh, it's great. Eventually the game just scrolls off into nowhere.
Yeah, but if you were to skip music at the beginning, that is one of the chests that it's not required except for the part where the game will crash if you don't pick it up. Yep. But it's not going to crash until like 15 minutes later. Also, I just used the pause glitch to skip a room where you might have noticed the door closed behind me. That room has a bunch of skeletons in it, and skeletons are by far the slowest enemies to possibly kill in this game with the sword. And so instead of killing, 3 skeletons, we just walk through the door before it closes.
If you miss anything in Sam's stream, you'll get the replay in mine, although it might not be as effective. Because Sam's better at this than I am.
Yeah, this is a game where to get a good time, you just, need to learn the tricks, get decent execution, go from there. But to get a really good time, it's all RNG.
Yeah, once you've mastered the actual basics of the game, and the glitch making, it then turns into you just execute until all the RNG falls your way.
Yep.
That's like my usual fare of RPGs.
Yeah, like, for example, at the beginning of the game, when we had to kill the enemies, you can save, I can save over, 15 seconds on my PB with good RNG, and I can lose over 20 seconds to my PB with bad RNG, just for example of how brutal it is sometimes.
Stats would stop getting in my way. Nice.
Also, ignore the fact that I have 0 health. Don't question it.
And that's one of the glitches I don't do, so you won't be seeing that again. So watch Sam.
Yeah, it just utilizes more pause shenanigans right when you're about to die. But it is definitely 100% intentional, and I'm not actually being sarcastic there. I'm not gonna do the playing my controller disconnected or something like that, like some other people
Come on, hole
do
monster,
during
hole
marathon
monster, hole
runs.
monster. Get in there. Thank you.
All right, but as a result of dying right after grabbing the boss key, we just could go straight to the boss and just ignore that room with all the enemies.
The game has some convenient auto-saving.
Yes, and so we utilize it when it's convenient, and it is convenient right here.
Unfortunately, it only auto-saves on death a lot of the time. It doesn't actually... Shoot! It doesn't actually auto-save if you quit. I know, I've tried.
Yeah, there's like a few specific points that it auto-saves as well, but it is very picky with it sometimes. But I am here fighting Dark Clink. Dark Clink is one of the biggest points of RNG in the run, because you can only damage him when he does his charge attack. And so if he just decides not to do his charge attack, good luck. You just gotta sit there and wait.
And if Dark Clink is on my side... If Dark Clink is on my side, you'll be getting a lot of bats.
I am sure getting quite a few bats.
I'm getting beat up in the light puzzle room.
Oh yeah, that room is rough if those wizards don't cooperate. Alright, last hit.
So this is where the extra key that we created in the trap room gets used. There's a room to the right there that I could have instead gone to get a key.
Yeah, so Dark Clink can go anywhere from a 30-second fight to over a minute if you have really bad RNG, so he is not kind at times. But now that I've beaten him, just store a nice little menu. There's a chest to the right. That chest unlocks 3D encounters. We just walk right through it. And by doing that, we will never have random encounters for the rest of the run. So it might be a little hard to tell because I had the menu up in the meantime. But the way that works is just there's a very small sliver of pixels that you can just walk through the chest, and it just doesn't register that you're trying to walk into it. And so by doing that, you just look for your little visual cue, whichever it is for you. I'm sure some people have different ones, but
I go by the lineup of his toe on the grid lines.
Yeah. Yeah, when I have the menu open, I look for like a little spot in the mountains.
I'm not going to have the menu open.
To line up with the edge of the menu. Alright, well, in that case, everyone will see it in full glory once you pull it off.
Okay, here we go.
But using that menu to start moving during some dialogue here, we specifically have to wait for Karis to leave the screen there, because if you try to leave before Karis, the game will soft lock. And that goes the same even if you just stand too close to the exit, so we always give her a wide berth.
And I'm at Dark Clink.
But good luck.
The other thing you might have noticed, and Sam's probably done it a lot, is we'll open the menu when we're getting attacked, because we can't get hurt when the menu's open. Like so.
Alright, and now we need to go get bombs, which is like a nice little fetch quest where we go talk to a whole bunch of people, that kind of good stuff. But there's also, a card game in this game, and if you talk to the card game dude when you don't have enough cards to play, he gives you a little text box saying, hey, go find more cards. But that text box stays while you're able to move, and so using that hanging text box, we can just go around to all the different people in this little quest chain and just talk to them and keep moving while we clear all their dialogue. And as long as we keep their last message up until we talk to the next person, we can just chain it the whole way through.
Had a pretty good Dark Clink.
Nice. Alright, and assuming I didn't mess anything up, which I don't think I did, when you talk to the second to last person, which is a little boy's mom... no, I did mess it up. I mashed A too quickly. Dang it. Okay, so if I didn't mess that up, it would have just ended the quest right there and given me the bombs, and a whole bunch of glitchy cutscenes would have happened. But I accidentally mashed A too many times and talked to her a second time, so it did not work. So we actually have to manually walk over here and talk to her son to get the bombs from him. Because if I had gotten it correctly, it would have just started this cutscene and I wouldn't have had to walk over to this area, and it saves like 15-20 seconds.
Right through the treasure chest. On my third try.
Hey,
which
doesn't matter how many tries it takes.
But considering I only learned how to do that yesterday, I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a very easy trick once you have like a visual cue for it, but it is not free to line up still.
Okay, and this is where my knowledge of the glitchiness of the game starts petering off. So...
Yeah. Yeah, I really wish I was able to get bomb skip, but unfortunately I didn't.
And I don't
that's
know how to
okay.
do it, so... So what I'm going to do is actually I'm going to go get the second part of the amulet first because it saves one screen transition later.
Yeah, especially since you do it differently than I will, I believe.
Probably.
Yeah. But I'm moving through the Sacred Grove here, which has this little gimmick with these time crystals where every time you hit one of them, if you're in 3D, you switch back to 2D and vice versa. And don't worry, we will absolutely not be using them 100% as intended. If you were worried, the glitchiness, like we're not going to have any more. But first, we need to traverse this little lava puzzle to get the bow.
I need to get some bombs. Well, I'm not going to. I'm just going to talk to this guy. And I'm going to go over here and talk to the next person in the chain.
And after getting the bow, you can just hop into the lava and it respawns you at the start of the dungeon.
And I'm going to go out the north end of town.
And yes, when you activate a crystal using the bow, you can absolutely double that up with pause shenanigans. And we use that to skip an entire little puzzle there because we were supposed to switch to 2D, set a little tree on fire, switch back to 3D, and then and cross over the little crystal. We don't need to do that. We can just use the pause menu to move while the transition's happening, step over the crystal, and then it'll switch us to 2D, and we can just walk over the tree before it's
And
gone.
yes, despite the fact that Karis is not in my party, I can switch to her. And I'm in a Diablo-like section here, so we get to see two completely different sides of the same quest. We're both looking for a half of the amulet. The life bar, so that we're not getting beat up so badly.
And make sure I hit this bush down here before I go around, because I have forgotten that more than once and lost a lot of time to
And
it.
I went and grabbed ambient light, because if you don't, the game will hang later.
Alright, and then I have to do this part in a certain order so that I don't accidentally crash the game. Because again, I have done that more times than I care to admit. Because if you try to burn a tree in the past, and then switch to the future before the tree fully disappears, the game doesn't like that, and it just says, no thanks, and crashes. And by shooting around that statue, we can light the other torch a little early. So now I got a little combat dungeon.
And I'm going through the dark section here, and I'm going to get assaulted by leeches.
But if you were worried that I was going to do this dungeon as intended, don't worry. I am going to open this chest before the cutscenes start, and then I can just move during the animation. Also, skeletons, I mentioned earlier, absolutely suck to take out with the sword, but bows are able to one-shot them.
Feels on them. And I came through the dark section pretty nicely. I think I'm going to skip... I'm going to skip my intended HP refill. Oh, maybe not. We'll see if I can get through this. Normally I take Normally I take an intentional death and reload at a save point, which would refill my health.
Also, if you did not notice those wizards I took out with bombs, they teleport around. They're really annoying. They take 2 sword hits to kill. But if you just pause the game, they'll just like stay in the last position they were, even if they disappear. So if you put a bomb down and then pause the game, you can just instantly kill them once the bombs go off. It is very convenient. As I leave the Sacred Grove here, this is going to be the last Zelda section. As I move to the Diablo section next.
I maybe should have gone for my HP refill. You can get the Undead King hung up on these gravestones.
And we go and grab that hanging text box from the card guy again. And then I go talk to the nurse, store her text box, because her text box gives you a free heal and a free save. And so we can use them to make this section way easier.
Yeah, so Sam won't have to do what I had to do. But I managed to get out, so without
that's what matters.
Without having to do that little sidetrack save and reload. All right. Now I've already started the bomb getting quest. I have to go talk to the old lady near the well. Those loading screens, by the way, they can be removed. You can buy a fast DVD player for 5,000 gliss.
Yeah. It's also worth mentioning in the Diablo section, we specifically picked Karis because when you get the 3-hit combo from one of the chests, you know, you do 1 hit, 2 hit, 3 hit. The 3 hit does the most damage. And Karis's 3rd hit hits twice. I don't think it's supposed to. I'm pretty sure that's not intended, but it does hit twice, so we use that to just do a lot more damage to the boss at the end. Yeah. Ideally, I keep this save text box all the way to the boss, because I was able to heal once I got the new health bar for this section, which doesn't restrict me to 12 hits.
You'd never make it through restricted to 12 hits, I'm pretty sure.
Not without using the save points at the very least. Might be possible if you're like really careful, but like it's slow, so it doesn't matter.
Maybe there's a low percent run that skips all that stuff.
God, low percent in this game would be very
Imagine
annoying.
not picking up the life, the hearts, the life meter.
Exactly. If it's technically skippable, you gotta skip it.
And I mean, the music just
Okay.
causes those same exceptional errors that I got earlier if you skip it.
Yeah, that's why you do have to pick up the music.
Yeah, but if you don't click on exit game like I did, you might actually be able to get through that cutscene. It'd just take you like about 1,000 clicks of the mouse.
All right, and now I'm just wailing on the boss on the other side of one of these tombstones.
And I just got my bombs, and I'm going to go and do the first part of the amulet.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate because you can barely see the health bar through the text box, but like, not really, so you just kind of wait and see when his dance animation starts as opposed to actually seeing his health when you do this.
I mean, if you got him hung up, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah, but it's still just nice to know when to start moving.
Yeah.
Okay. Enemies were very annoying and I got stuck on a lot of them, but I'm okay.
Good, you made it through. That would have given me a chance to catch up, you realize.
Yeah, he did actually escape from the tombstone, so I did have to switch to the other side one time.
I had to move around because I had wanderers come in from the north. So.
Oh yeah, that happened during practice earlier for me. But now that I have both halves of the amulet,
I forgot where the holes were.
Oh, yeah, that happens. But now that I have both halves of the amulet, I buy some potions and I grab my hanging text box and I move to the fight against the big bad. The big bad of this game is Zephyros. And, you know, he's this, dark, edgy guy that we're going to be seeing here. And we just got to do 200 damage to him in this fight. He has more health than that, but 200 damage gets us to the next phase of the fight, which is all we need to do. And if you want to count with me, feel free, but I will be trying to count the damage I do. Alright, 19. 7.
Sorry, I sing along with the music sometimes.
That's fine. Yeah, and basically you just hope for good damage rolls here, and you have no control over them.
Oh, get out of my way, Bat.
74. Alright, 93, 109. These are actually pretty good damage rolls, but I am going to have to heal. That's why I got those potions earlier, just to be safe.
I should probably do the same.
123.
I've often had notably bad luck with Zephyros.
Yeah, he is not kind at times. 173, I think, if I didn't miscount, which means 2 more attacks and I'm good. And that should be the fight. Now we go through a bunch of dialogue while he uses his ultimate attack to knock us out in one blow. It is his legally distinct beam attack. Just ignore what he's saying. It is actually technically possible to survive that attack if you have high enough health, which is bad. So you always just try and make sure you have low health there.
It's not great for the speed run. I mean, it can be exciting if you're doing this casually.
Yeah, but you are intended to lose there, and when we are down and out from his ultimate attack, he just kills Karis. You know, the very original character. It's very surprising and very sad. I don't think anybody saw it coming. But now that, you know, unfortunately we're down to one party member, Clink here gets his ultimate attack. We can summon the dragon Babamoot. And this just instantly ends any fight that's in, including this one.
I got the first half of the end.
So what's... So if you didn't have enough turn-based fighting, we're gonna get some more. Very soon.
I have to snake some skeletons, and then I'll get out of here.
Alright. And now since I have the pause menu up, I try and navigate back to town without being able to see almost anything.
Yeah, if you want to see the overworld, just watch me when I come back at it, because I'm not able to do that glitch. I'm going the wrong way.
Yeah, so by storing the menu here, we're able to start this last cutscene with Sid here, and like all the town laments over Karis' fate and tells us to go take care of Zephyros. But, you know, we could just walk out of town while they're giving us their final speech. We don't actually need to hear it. I've heard it enough times by now. But by doing so, you know, we can just sit outside town while we wait for the airship to spawn, and once it does spawn, we can just immediately walk into it. Otherwise, we would have had to, you know, get through the whole cutscene before we could leave town. But now we fly over to the Mana Tree, and we begin the final battle against Zephyros. He's gonna look a little different, you'll notice. Just a tiny bit bigger.
Yeah, he's put on some weight. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
there he is.
For Karis. And if you look over at my side, you get to watch her die again.
Yep. And so this boss fight has 3 phases. The first phase, we have to just do 10 hits to each of his hands. So 20 hits in total. Second phase, we gotta hit the little orb that comes out of his back. And then third phase, we have to defeat normal-sized Zephyros. He's out of his suit of armor. And so the first 2 phases aren't RNG, really. It's just a matter of getting enough hits in when you're supposed to. Which, you know, ideally I do, but we'll see. Alright, first phase down. Third phase is just pure RNG, though, which you'll see in a moment. But, I will say time will be coming up at the end of this fight. I'll call it out when it's happening. Unfortunately, I have messed up the orb cycle, so I'm going to take an extra cycle.
It's nice of you to give me a chance to catch up.
Yeah, because ideally you only take 2 cycles to take out the orb since it has 4 hits, but I had to take an extra one. But this third phase, he's just going to be firing a whole lot of orbs at me, and the only orbs I can hit back at him are the blue ones, and so I just got to wait for him to shoot the blue ones at me. And after 4 hits, I will take him out. And time will be on after clearing the last dialogue box after the 4th hit. So I will call that out when it happens. Alright, that's 2 hits. Alright. Not great RNG here. That's 3 hits, though. Still waiting for the 4th. Nope. Nope. And there's the 4th one, but I wasn't in a good position, so I can't use it.
That should be it.
And that was another blue orb, but I still wasn't in a good position, so now I gotta wait even longer.
Managed to beat Zephyros
adds to the
without a
RNG.
potion.
All right, and that's the 4th hit, so time is coming up in a moment. Time.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, RNG was simultaneously kind and not kind throughout that run. But it was not, like, abysmal or anything. But,
Well, let's see how it treats me here. I just finished Zephyros, and I don't have the menu open, so
okay.
you're
Yeah, I think
gonna have to go.
I think
Done.
having that text box open saves about 15 seconds or
Yeah,
so,
something like that.
because I messed it up in a run, and that's how much time I lost
That sounds
the
reasonable.
other day.
We'll wait
Yeah,
till-
considering, you know, I technically had to start a second run at the beginning there. That was not bad.
33:14 is quite a respectable time. Congrats.
Yeah, thank you. For anyone curious, there is the world record of this game is 29:52, something like that. I don't know. It's 29:50 something.
Just under half an hour.
So, yes. And my PB is 31:22. I would be better if I didn't mess up during my last session of PB attempts against the final boss multiple times, but
Well,
that's
you
okay.
keep trying at it. You'll get there.
Oh yeah, no. I want to try and get a 30-minute time now that I've learned this game and gotten decent at it.
Wait, well, I'm back in town. I suppose we should ask. We've been chatting this whole time. Host, you got anything to tell us?
Unfortunately, not a whole lot to tell you, other than the fact that I've just been sitting here enjoying this game. This has been an absolute blast to watch. Congratulations on the 33-minute time. And
Thank you.
also, really just, like, vibing with this game. It's really fun looking. I like
I
the
quite enjoyed it.
It is
dynamic, too. It was interesting to see the two of your games be different side by side in the same speedrunning category. Because it was like, oh, one is 3D and one is 2D. I was like, oh, this is very strange.
If you want to do well, don't follow me. Follow Sam.
Yeah, it's a fun game even casually. It's
Yeah.
not too long. I think my 100%ing this game casually took me like 3 or 4
Oh,
hours.
it took me 6, but it was my
It's-
first playthrough too. So,
Yeah,
but yeah, it's a good game.
yeah, it was. Yeah, it is available on almost every platform. I'm playing it on Xbox,
I got it off of
and I'm
GOG.
assuming,
GOG.
yeah.
Here we go. And you know, this is well out of my wheelhouse. I'm an RPG speedrunner, so this action stuff is it's not my thing. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm a platformer speedrunner, so it's also not inside my wheelhouse. But it was fun to play and it was fun to learn, so I did enjoy the process here.
Yeah, I think it's done me some good. Okay, big guy. Let's go.
I've been meaning to learn an RNG speedrun for a while, and this game does not hold back with that RNG.
And I'm gonna keep trying to convince you to run Ultima. So, oh, that was not a good one. Yeah, I'm gonna keep trying that. What you do for that hand? Oops, going the wrong way. Yeah. One more she goes. And there we go. And now he's going to just burp fire all over the place.
Yeah. In my head, that phase 1 is the, for anybody who's played SpongeBob SquarePants Battle for PD Bottom, it's just the Robo SpongeBob phase. Because it's also a fight where you have a giant creature attacking you and you gotta hit its hands.
And 1, 2, and that's the orb. Alright, I got 6 hits. Deal.
Alright, cross our fingers, hope you get good RNG.
This is quite often where things go horribly wrong for me, so here we go.
Yeah. The best strat is just to have enough health left that you can just damage tank the whole time, but sometimes that doesn't work out.
Oh, thank you. Second shot, 1 blue orb.
Nice. Yeah, I think the best RNG I've ever gotten was 5 total orbs, 4 of them were green orbs.
I had a blue one and I missed it.
Ooh, yeah.
Twice.
Sometimes he's just not in a good spot either.
No, like I missed the attack on it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I was not.
Just say he was in a bad spot. Nobody's gonna know
That one's a
any
bad
different.
spot. Wow, he just gave me 4 orbs in a row. If I was competent, I would have actually finished him there. Oh,
Hey, don't worry, I mess up orbs all the time.
Time will be
as
when the
well.
last text box clears. And that is time.
Nice.
Beautiful runs.
Thank you.
That was a ton of fun to watch. Thank you both for the great speedrun.
My pleasure.
No problem. Thanks for forcing us to learn these games for the event.
And thank you for a lovely race.
And this was a lot of fun. I'm glad I sent it to the event because I legitimately did have a lot of fun learning the game.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not sure if I'll do it again, but I did quite enjoy it.
Yeah. I think I will do it again.
One of my big purposes in doing it would be like to get other people doing the stuff I do. So
Yes, that's the ulterior motive behind it.
That's the ulterior motive, and
it's
also one we support. So go for it.
what did I say? About 5 minutes, right? I said you'd be
we'll
about 5
try
minutes
and
ahead of me.
bargain with you next year and be like, oh, well, you can submit 3 games this time.
Yeah, I think, like we mentioned earlier, if anybody did want to try out this game, it is available on most platforms. It's on console, it's on PC, it's not too hard to find. If you get the Legendary Edition, which is what I'm playing on, even comes with the second game, which I haven't played yet, but apparently it's also good.
Yeah. And it was like $5 or $6 for me on GOG. It was,
Yeah, I think it's $20 full price, but I'm sure you can get it cheaper elsewhere
even on sale,
if you didn't want to pay full price.
But it's on Steam as well. I think it's on Switch as well, too. Which was my first.
Like I said, I'm playing it on Xbox. Pretty sure it's on PlayStation as well. If anybody did want to try out the speedrun for this game, there is a speedrunning Discord for this game. You can find it pretty easily on the speedrun.com page. You know, there's people there that will help you out, like we got our help as well.
Completed 2/3 of the game.
Yes, I got exactly 66.6% on my run.
I used to get a little bit more than that, and then I learned how to walk through that treasure chest. So
yeah, if anybody wants to see me do other speedruns, whether it's this game or any of the other games I do, you can find me on twitch.tv/IllegallySam.
And
I do try and stream weekly, but
and I stream retro RPGs, and I play that thing once in a while, and stream my practicing on twitch.tv/organMike. So be happy to see you.
Awesome. Thank you both so much.
Well, thank you. It's great fun.
Yep.
And of course, I'm all for supporting the Trevor Project. So
yes, it's always worth supporting a good cause.
absolutely.
Exactly.